Tashi Kuki Jushin Metota Ira Vinci and Day and Padi Sangye Shindu Mite Uarki Toku Nanda Shingla Suparsho Inamuru Rakananda Namyatayani Sangye Sudam Saki Tamamba Janchu Badu Rakini Yaksuchi Taki Jenye Nibe Sunamki Dolar Benchu Sangye Tupasho Sangye Sudam Saki Tamamba Janchu Badu Rakini Yaksuchi Taki Jenye Nibe Sunamki Dolar Benchu Sangye Tupasho Sangye Chiranam Sankira Tonamla Samsu Bhadu Dagni Yakuchi Dagni Jinye Kibe Sunamki Dola Venture Sangye Tupasho.
Last week and the previous couple of weeks, we talked a little bit about the three principal paths with this teaching. Tsongkhapa wrote this text to one of his most beloved students, who he sent out to create monasteries around Tibet, in East Tibet, the boondocks, kind of like to the barbarians of Kham, East Tibet. Tsongkhapa was the starter, the initiator of the Gila lineage, which is what this teaching comes down from. It's a long rim, it's a step, long path, rim, stage, or step. It's a teaching on the various paths and practices that you need to get to enlightenment. Rinpoche, who I studied with for about 11 years before his passing, used to say, what is your motivation? You should check your motivation before you go to any Dharma teaching. And one of the basic motivations is that you just want a better life next time around. Most Westerners don't accept the concept of reincarnation, so most of them don't come with that kind of mind. It's very popular in Asian cultures to just let me not exist in the lower realms next time. Another kind of motivation might be just to get out of all the various realms. In the classic, there's two classic presentations on all the various types of beings. In the Pali Canon, there's 5 versions of different types of beings in the desire realm, Dokam, Tibetan, the suffering realm. There's higher realms and lower realms. We're sort of in the middle. We're considered a virtuous realm, but we still have many types of sufferings and problems. One type of motivation is to just get out of all of the desire realm's problems. Generally, Geshe-la, who I studied with for about 11 years, 12 years, would never talk about these kind of realms because you can't see, like hell realms, hungry ghost realms, gods, not like a Christian god, but more like very beings that live a long time, get a lot of bliss, and don't have a lot of problems. Then demigods. Their shtick is that they're always jealous of the gods, and they're always warring with them. And these are in the Buddhist sutras. When I first started studying Buddhism, one thing I didn't want to prostrate. I didn't want to, when you start talking about hells, it immediately brought up in my mind Catholicism and all the scare tactics to believe in God, But I think if you're just starting to study Buddhism, you should at least have a kind of like mind that says, okay, it could be, couldn't be. When I listen to Coast AM, George Noria Art Bell, and some guy comes on with a crazy, thing about, UFOs or crop circles. I'm like, who knows? Sort of an even sort of mind. Could be, couldn't be. There's no proof. You should at least have that kind of possibility. The proper motivation to come to a Mahayana teaching is to have bodhicitta. There are mainly two types of bodhicitta. One is you're just going through the motions. You're just creating the causes to have the actual mind. It's a kind of mind that says, I want to get out of this suffering, I want to get out of this samsara, and I want to take everybody with me. I want to get to omniscience or Buddhahood and get everybody else there. I mainly want to get to this enlightened state of a Buddha because at that time I can be of some kind of benefit to beings now. Right now, in the state we are in, this body will grow old, suffer, and die. Our friends will be torn away from us. Our mind may or may not fall apart in this life. And that's a problem. We couldn't be of any lasting benefit to beings who suffer. But a Buddha has that kind of power. A Buddha does not have the kind of power to take away being suffering. But what a Buddha can do is teach a being, know where they're at in the spiritual path, teach them, and help liberate them through teaching. Buddhas don't wipe away bad karma. Buddhas don't wipe away suffering with a blessing. That's not the case. Let's see. So, three basic concepts in this teaching. One is renunciation. Nenjo. Renunciation. Renunciation is a kind of healthy disgust for this type of, for a broken kind of reality, a broken kind of existence. The fact that you're born and you will most assuredly die, the fact that you can't hold on to any kind of wealth, you can't hold on to any kind of health, you can't hold on to any relationship, everything changes. Now this kind of renunciation mind is a basis for bodhicitta or jamsam, or the mind that wants to reach enlightenment for the benefit of others. Because you have this kind of renunciation, and if you just use that as a basis, you can achieve nirvana, a kind of a nirvana of peace that it doesn't enter into your mind that you want to benefit all beings. That would be a lower nirvana. We would consider that the classic Theravada view of nirvana. You can achieve with that motivation a permanent ending on your mental afflictions. But the proper motivation for this kind of Mahayana teaching is that kind of wish to attain enlightenment and help all the limitless beings. And it's just an extension. It's just a kind of, I realized, wow, this life really stinks. You just go down to a cancer ward. You just go down to a war zone. You see there's so many horrible things in this life. And even the good things of this life, they turn into crap. The logic being that anything good in this life, a cup of coffee, some friends, anything that you enjoy, the more you enjoy them, the better they should get. It seems in this type of existence that the more you enjoy something, the more horrible it gets. It turns into suffering. Now, if this kind of reality were suffering from its own side, independent of your mental processes, your mental labeling, then there'd be no purpose to practicing Dharma. But that's how we get into the next subject of emptiness, or Yamutape Tawa, which is correct view, mainly about emptiness and dependent origination.